Hello, this is Scott Fortunoff, President of the Blank Quilting Corp., and I'm here today to review the May 2016 release for the Blank Quilting Corporation. For this release, we have 15 new lines, and the lines ship anywhere from September to January of 2017. So let's begin. First up, we have the ever-prolific Western Denim and Dirt, Tana Mueller, and her new line is called American Honor, and this is a line that honors our troops. So here we go. So this is, as you know, we have the SKU count, 14 SKUs, and this is the month of shipment, which is month 11, which is November. So here we have a bunch of different words in the red, white, and blue. We have a little wood pane, and we have the shoe prints, a nice little texture here, a stripe, a great panel. This is a 24-inch panel, and this is selvage to selvage. We have the words in the other color, a nice stripe, and the different stars, and of course it wouldn't be a Tana line without at least one print that you could color in. So let's see it. This is the same panel that we have in color. We did it in black and white, so you could customize this for your soldier. And this is to show you the actual, the reduced scale of this piece from the panel. And of course we have 2 free quilt projects that you could download from our website at www.blankquilting.com. And then finally, we have some suggested 108 SKUs that are available that we think goes quite well with this line, and it's just to get an added sale for the rep and give some ideas to your customers. So this is American Honor by Western Denim and Dirt. Next up, we have a new licensed designer, David Greenway, and this is called Born to Sew. This line is inspired by tattoos. So here we go. We have all these sewing motifs. This card is 7 SKUs, and then we have it in the other colorway, which is also 7 SKUs. This line, you will have to sell the entire collection of 14 SKUs to get 12-yard cuts. We're not going to sell it by the card. So here you have it. We have selvage to selvage. This is running yardage. These are blocks, and the blocks, as you can see right here, are 6.5 by 6.5. An all-over print on the black. Here we have the spools in multicolor, a lot more of the quilting and sewing motifs, including sewing machine, the spools, the scissors, the bobby pins. We have the starlet, which is in 15-yard put-ups. This is one of our basic lines. And then we have the more kind of the tattoo prints with the little zigzag, sewing machines, and of course we have the label print, which is great. Those have been really popular. So here you have the 2 projects. And then on the back, we have suggested 108s that go quite well with this line. And this is Born to Run in the one color. And then we did a red and black and white and gray. Same designs, fresh color story. Here you have it. And the starlet in the other colors that go with this group. Here are the 2 projects. And of course, the 108 wide and basics that go with this line as well. Born to Sew by David Greenway in the second color combination. Next up, we have a line for all the campers out there, a children's line with camping motifs and all the different animals in the wilderness. This is a 9 SKU line and ships in October. So here we go. So starting over here on this side, we have a book panel, which this is, of course, is a 36-inch repeat. We do great with the books all the time. We have an all over with the different motifs in a couple different colors. A little kind of map of the camping grounds, and this is running yardage with some blocks. The blocks are 15 by 15, and this is a 36-inch repeat. And then you have your little frogs on the lily pads, and of course we have the Fusion Illusion Basic, which really goes quite nicely with this line. And then here you have the actual block size, which is 15 by 15, to show you what the blocks are like in the book. And then we have the 2 projects. And then we have the 108 and suggested basics that go with this line. Don't forget, all of our 108 wides are 18-yard put-ups, and we print them in Pakistan, and they are on the 60 squares, which is the better construction of fabric. There you have Camping Club. Next up, we have a new designer to the Blank Quilting Corp. This is by Susie Taylor. It's called Daydream. And this is a great line for a girl's bedroom or something of that sort. And we brought back the dragonflies. Every time I get a suggestion or a request, it's always to have us bring back the dragonflies. They also want it in white on white, which we do have, and I will get to that later. But I'm going to start on this side with the 24-inch panel Look how neat this is. Really a neat print. And then you have the little florals and with the different butterflies in the 2 different colors, the dragonflies in the 3 different colors, little trees, and then you have the couple starlit skews that go nicely with this line. And here we have the projects. And of course, last but not least, we have the suggested 108 wide quilt backs that would work great with this line. This is Daydream by Susie Taylor. Here we have something new. This is Farm to Table. This is by Danielle Murray. Danielle Murray did a Christmas line for us. I believe it was Home for the Holidays. But here we go. There's a lot of talk about farm to table. A lot of popular restaurants coming out with the farm to table concept. Here we have a great all-over print. It's kind of like a stripe, I guess, and it looks like your shelves in your house, which is really neat. We have the different silverware, the barbed wire, the black and white with the different words and farm to table motifs, the black ground, the white ground, toss print, and then we have these grounds that have like a little linen-y texture or a muslin type texture on the ground, and we have the roosters, and then we also have the black and white roosters, which probably weren't intended to be colored, but you could color them if you want. All right, so the last but not least is we have these 2 engineered prints, which are really neat. So these are going to be 36-inch panels, pre-printed, and everything's going to be on there, including the instructions. So this one is a farm-to-table placemat set with 4 placemats. And what we did here is something cool. We have these little pockets. So you could stick your fork and knife and napkin inside the pocket in case, you know, you're on the space shuttle and flying around and you want to make sure your silverware doesn't fly around. Or you could just make sure your silverware is always where it needs to be. And then this engineered print is for an actual apron. So this is really cool. This is the first time I'm seeing it in any of the companies that I work for. And that's here, and you could all the instructions will be printed right there on the fabric, and a 1-yard cut will get you the whole thing, and you could make the apron, which is shown right here. And then we have 2 SKUs of the primitive basic that go with this line. And let's see the projects. So we have 2 projects, table runner and a quilt. I really love this one. It looks like the cabinet in your house. Finally, we have the 108 wide quilt backs that go well with this line. And that's all she wrote. Farm to Table by Danielle Murray. Shipping in month number 11, which is November, 12 SKUs. Next up, we have a new line, a new designer. Flower Show by Gail Frazier. She's new to the Blank Quilting Corporation. This is 15 SKUs. It ships in November of 2016. And here you have it. We have this great bouquet panel, which is a 24-inch repeat. As you know, all the panels have a P in the pattern number. And here we have some running yardage with all different flowers and different names of the flowers in the background on the gray. Looks really striking. And we have the actual block size is 13 1/4 by 10. You have a little stripe, some tossed florals, little butterflies, another tossed floral with the words in the background, a monotone, and the other color of the blocks, which is running yardage. And the blocks, once again, are 13 1/4 by 10. And last but not least, the stripes and the splash basics that go with this line. And here you have the 2 projects. And finally, we have, you could see the layout of the stripe, and then you could also see some suggested 108s to use with this line. This is Flower Show by Gail Frazier. Fun in the sun. How exciting is this? I just want to go to the beach when I see this. But this is a new line by the Blank Quilting Corp. 10 SKUs. Ships in November. Look how great this is. I just want to go swimming. We have this nice stripe. We have this all over. See, right here it says, refer to the back panel to see the different beach scenes in this repeat. So I'm going to refer to the back panel. This is the whole scene that you're going to get on that panel. Then we have a little stripe. We have a water print. We have a great sand print. We have the sand dollars and the birds, and then this other really neat stripe with the different rows of scenes of the ocean and the beach. And then, of course, we have the sandals. How could you not have the sandals? So here we have the 2 projects, suggested 108 wides, and the layout of the big piece. This is Fun in the Sun by the Blank Quilting Corp. Next up, we have Indigo Garden. This is by Christine Adolph, and she did Cherry Blossom Love, and she did Simple Pleasures. Both lines are doing really nicely. This is a 12 SKU line, and it ships in October. And this is like a watercolor type line, I would say. and she went with the blues and the beiges. You have this nice watercolor floral, a smaller version, a little monotone dot, a different floral toss, and then you have this running yardage, which is a 24-inch repeat. It's not a panel. Selvage to selvage. You could see you get all these blocks. And then we have the other color stories in the blue. And then we have your label prints over here, which people are really loving. Finally, we have the Fusion Illusion that goes well with this line. On the back, we show you the actual size of the labels. And then we have of course, we have the free projects, 2 free projects, and you could do the 2 color stories. 108 that goes with this line. And there you have it, Indigo Garden by Christine Adolf. Next up, for all those Lighthouse people, this is a new designer for the Blank Quilting Corp. This is Lenny Hunkop. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. This is a 13 SKU line. This ships in January of 2017. And this is really lovely. Fortunately, I don't live near too many lighthouses, but if I did, I would hope they'd look like this. They're really quite beautiful. So we have 2 36-inch panels of the lighthouses. We have this version on the blue, and then we have this one, let's call it the purple with the lightning. And we have a map of the world. We have this running yardage print, selvage to selvage. These, it says the block size is 7.5 by 10. You have the lighthouses in the monotone, the blue on blue, and then on the gray. You have the rocks, the water, the flowers, the Fusion Illusion that goes with it, and of course, my favorite, I think this is so neat, the lightning, very cool. And this will be a great functional design that could be used in a lot of different ways. So this is to show you the block size on the panel. It's the block from 8310, color 77. It's 7.5 on the bottom and 10 inches on the side. Here we have 3 projects. So there they are. And then of course, we have the 108s that we suggest with this line. And there you have it, Lighthouse Wonders by Lenny Hunkop. Next up, bringing back the basics. This probably looks invisible on the camera, or maybe it doesn't, but this is more Morning Mist. These are pigment whites, white on whites, and they're not gray with white, they're white with white. So this is the way we show the white with the gray, and of course the pigment white, we make these in Pakistan. These are at a great price point, and these are 15-yard cuts. And we brought back the 73370-1W, the dot, and the star. They did so well, we brought them back again. So this is 10 SKUs, and it ships in September. Next up, the Blank Quilting Corp has a new 108 line, 5 colorways, Rose Toile 108, pattern 8294. As I mentioned many times before, these are 60 squares, 18-yard put-ups, 5 designs, write the pattern. It should be here, 8294, and then the color. That's all you need to do. 5 SKUs, ships in January 2017. And here's a bigger piece of the actual print that we did in 5 colors. And just wanted to mention the first one is white on white, and the white on white 108-inch continued to do great. They exceed probably all the other colors. Here we have a really cute safari line called Safari Expedition. This is a 12 SKU line. It ships in October. This one just makes you want to smile. So here we start off with a 36-inch book panel, and it has all different kind of little facts about the animals. Giraffes are the tallest animals in the world. The elephant is the largest animal in the world. The zebra sleeps standing up. All kinds of important facts that your kids will love to learn about. Here we have Splash. Those are 10-yard cuts, the 3 suggested colors. We have this block print, which is great, a lot of fun. It is a 9-inch repeat, and this is reduced slightly. And we have it on the back in the actual size, so you could see that. We have the tossed animals, this geometric, which is neat. And I love the fresh color story here, like the browns and oranges. And then we have 2 panels. We have this panel, 24-inch panel, and this panel. This is more the animals driving the truck, and this is the animals just kind of chilling out in the jungle. Then we have some all-overs, the elephants, all the animals, the monkeys, and then, of course, a couple of splash SKUs that would complement this line quite well. And here you have, let's call it 2 projects. One is just using the 2 different panels. And then, of course, suggested 108, which we have all the time. That is Safari Expedition by the Blank Quilting Corp. Ships in October. All right. We had Symphony Suite. Now we have The Sounds of Music. This one is by Gina Wilder. Gina Wilder has done lines with us previously. None of those lines are coming to my mind, but she has definitely done lines for us that have done well. 12 SKU line, ships in October. And here you have it for all you music buffs out there. So here we have a running yardage piece. This is selvage to selvage. And these blocks you could see, and let's see, right in the back. These are 10-inch squares in here. And then you have the black and the white versions of the different instruments. We have the fusion that go with it, all the different names of the different types of music, Latin, piano, blues, and so on. We have the music notes in the red and the black and the white, different instruments, the records. This is a great print, little like guitars, more the other color story, and then a stripe, and then some splash that go with this line. And then we have, of course, we have our famous projects. 2 different projects in this line. Suggested 108 for the backs. And there you have it, Sounds of Music by Gina Wilder. Next up, we decided to do something Eastery or springy for the first time. And this is a new designer for us, Sonia Rezchek. And this is an 11 SKU line and ships in January of 2017, believe it or not. So here you go. We have another running yardage print with the blocks, and these blocks are 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. And it has, you know, your little bunnies and rabbits and lovely florals. Here we have sheep with a little squiggly in the background. The squiggly we did in 3 colors. Little bees, I know those are always really popular. More little bugs, sheep in the other color, a nice little stripe. We have the starlet in colors that would go quite well with this line. And there you have 2 projects to make a little Easter quilt or spring quilt. And this is Spring Fling. Oh, this one makes me hungry every time. Take out. Here you go. This is a 7 SKU line, and it really makes you hungry. We got the hot dogs, we got the French fries, we got the mixed assorted greasy foods in black and white, hamburgers, pizza, and then some blocks. These blocks are 5 by 5, and this is reduced 60%. So let's see what we got on the back. We have 2 different projects, and then we have the 108 wide and basics that go well with the takeout line. So I'm going to go eat lunch because this made me really hungry, but thank you so much for your time. As I mentioned before, we have 15 lines from the Blank Quilting Corp. They'll be shipping from September to January of 2017. These will be in our reps' hands in the first weeks of May, and we will have these at the Quilt Market in Salt Lake City. And friend us, check out our Facebook page and Instagram and Twitter, and check out our blog and our website. And that's it. Thanks so much for your time. This is Scott Fortunoff, the president of the Blank Quilting Corp, and I'm signing off.